Okay, so hello everybody. So this is another new episode of Potato Podcast. It's actually been a long time, and this is episode number three. So this is your host, I'm Mike, and today we're gonna be discussing about friendships. And today I also invited a guest speaker who is teacher Audrey at Potato on the Couch. So yeah, if you care to introduce yourself, please introduce yourself to the audience, teacher Audrey.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Audrey, and I'm one of the manager of the Potato on the Couch base. Yeah, nice to meet you.
All right. So, like I mentioned, today we are going to discuss about like friendships. And here's the thing.
Yes,
Friendships are, simple yet so complicated at the same time. I think a lot of
yes,
people kind of like consider, friendships to be simplest form, but we kind of like make friends at school, in our life, right? For example, I think the very first friend we have ever made, would be in our childhood. So sometimes, with childhood friends, we kind of like lose touch and then we make new ones when we grow up, like for example, at the university, at work, or maybe even on the internet. So here's my
yes.
first question for you, Audrey. So when was the last time you made a new friend?
Actually, it was back in school. It was in grade 12. So actually, this is the first time I transferred to a new school. So
Yeah.
it was in academic period. So I have to transfer to a new school. At at that time, I didn't have any friends. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna be like doing everything alone. I thought like that because I'm the one who arrived at school
Yeah.
uh, later than everyone. So everyone has made their own friends. So I'm the one who is lonely. So I
I
thought
see.
that I'm gonna be like lonely, but I think universe didn't want me to be alone. So they
Yeah.
gave me a new friend. She's also like transferred to this school after me. So
Yeah.
at the first I thought that oh she's gonna be an extrovert because she has a pretty smile and she is also pretty tall. So
Okay.
yeah, she sit with me and also like I hit it off with her. Yeah, I pretty like she's pretty uh get along with other people. So
Yeah.
yeah, we also get along with each other for a
Mm.
while. Yes.
That's great. That's great. And according to you, I think, like it's just like fate that you guys met each other, at school. I think the universe really wanted you to make friends with her, I think. Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
I see. So, are you guys stay close now?
No, actually, since the like
Oh,
high school was over, I lost connection with her and we didn't talk anymore. And
oh,
uh, yeah, after the like Asian reset came out, I talked to her and she said she was in mentally, you know,
oh, okay.
yes,
Yeah,
in March, there was an earthquake, so it was like
yeah, that's true.
they were suffering from that earthquake, so yeah, they didn't even uh come to Yangon, and so they had to stay in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I see, I see. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but yeah, actually, like, I think, like, Mandalay was the place, that kind of like, suffered the most from earthquakes in the previous
yes,
months or so. Mm.
yes.
Okay. So what about like, other friends other than except her, like not just like a, someone like a real friend, for example, like, someone who you can text at maybe 2 a.m. or something, when you're having like a existential crisis with your life. So is there someone like that in your life?
Yeah, actually, I have friends. I have so many friends, I have to say, because
Mm-hmm.
I just don't connect with them. So
Mm.
because I have to like study back then, so I didn't like I cut off with them. But
Oh, I see.
after Asia Reset came out, it's pretty like surprising. I didn't know that they will like connect with me, but stay they connect with me and say that oh you got five destination and congratulations. So yeah,
Yeah,
I thought that it might be some kind of like
yeah.
fair weather, but I don't want to say that. But it's still nice to hear that
Yeah.
they celebrate me because I achieved
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I think, yeah, I kind of like understand that, situation. Sometimes, even though, they are fair with the friends, we still like when they kind of like, send messages to us, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay. Yes, actually, for me, I have like a very small social cycle. I don't have that many friends. And, if I say this here, I think not everyone will believe that because, I'm kind of like the, teacher and everything. So I think, some people might think like, oh, you have like, so many connections, so many like students, and you might know like a lot of people. Well, it's partly
Yes.
true, but how to say that? Not the real close friends. For my
Yes.
yeah social cycle, I have been like intentional. I have been like, being intentional with it for a long time. Like ever since I kind of like graduated from high school, I might say.
Yes.
So yeah, like I just mentioned, yeah, it's pretty small. I only have like a few close friends, not even like, more than three, just one or two. So
Yes.
that is really bizarre, to think about it sometimes. But I'm pretty
Mm.
fine with that. I feel content with that. So and about the question that I was asking. So for me, I think the last time I made a new friend would be maybe at the beginning of this year, at the beginning of 2025, I would say. So actually, I didn't really know how I kind of like, became friends with that person, but I feel
Yes.
really grateful, now that I think about it, I feel really grateful to kind of like make friends with that person at that time. So, in the beginning, I didn't really think that we would like hit it off because, we're kind of like living in how to say the different countries and, time zones are different and
Yes.
everything. So, yeah, I didn't really think that, like we'll work out. But as far as it goes, I think it's like going pretty well, I would say.
Mm. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
and
great.
and yeah, and I would even, add the fact that like that last friend that I made with that person probably would be the truest friendship that I have ever had in my maybe how to say that in my life, not in my life, like maybe in a long time, for me. Yeah.
Yes.
And I'll be honest, as we grow older, making friends feels harder, right? Like in some
Yes.
ways. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a totally natural fact that I think a lot of people are agreeing with. So yeah, how,
Yes.
how do you think about that? Do you think, making friends would be easier for you if you just like, if you just like be on the social media all the time, or if you just hang out with a lot of people, do you think making friends would be easier for you?
I think it's depend. I think it's depend on people. Some people are good at making friends. Actually, my best friend also good at making friends. She can get
Mhm.
along with everyone. But for me, it's a little bit different. I'm not that good at making friends. So, and I don't like
Oh,
hanging out with friends. So it's a problem. I think. When you have friends, it's hanging out is the best way to like connect with them. So
yeah,
if you like in the kind of things, you won't be like friend with uh you won't be friend with them anymore because sometimes they like want to be
yeah,
with you, but you don't want to give them your time. You want to like all you want to do is study, so you're lacking the kind of thing, the kind of communication. So I think it's a little bit difficult for like to keep the friendship.
that's
But
true, that's true.
yes, but I think a true friend will stay by your side no matter what. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's also true, and also it's painfully true for a lot of people because, like, not everyone wants to believe the fact that, friendship will last for a lifetime or, something like
Yes.
that. Yeah. And, some people might even argue that like it's because we're like, running on our different schedules and we are like, busier with each other's schedules and we have jobs, we have like, other friends, other connections, or maybe even
Yes.
families or responsibilities. And I
Yes.
don't really believe so, because like to be friends with other people, I think you don't really need to commit to them like how to say that maybe for most of the time. For example, like when they are facing some problems or when they are going through some difficulties, you should be
Yes.
there. And then, when you are going through those things, they will be they will probably be there too. It goes like
Yes,
both ways. So
yes, it's true.
yeah. Okay. And also, nowadays, especially like, in the recent years, I think people are talking about like friendship green flags and friendship red flags. So let's talk
Mm-hmm.
about friendship green flags first. So for me, if I have to, answer this question first,
Yes,
I think my friendship green flag would be, when someone remembers the small details about me, like when someone remembers the small thing about me, for example, like
mm-hmm.
my favorite, TV show, or my weird obsession with, other things such as comics or, video games or something like that. So yeah, I
Yes,
really feel special at the time, when someone remembers my
yes,
smallest details. Yeah.
mm,
Or maybe
yes,
like, when you know that you can check some random tests, or you can share some random TikTok reels, even at midnight, even when people are sleeping, like even at 3 a.m. So that's how
yes,
I know, they get me. And unfortunately, or should I say fortunately, because I'm not like a, friendship person, I would say I'm really fine, if I don't have any friends, I don't really mind. But
yes.
yeah, I would just say, unfortunately, because I don't have that much close friends, as I just mentioned before. I only have
Mm.
like only one or maybe two close friends. So yeah, what about your friendship green flags?
I think my friendship green flag would be someone who cares a lot about me.
Mhm.
Because I get that friendship with my best friend, and I really appreciate her for doing that. Because when I like feel downhearted, she stay
Yeah.
by my side, and also like she shared my feeling. When I cry, she cried, and this is the best feeling for me. And it's like I'm like getting a person who is just like me. So I think we
Yeah.
showed the similar thing together. And when she cried, I cried, and we showed a lot of things together. So I think that kind of thing might be my friendship green flag. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that sounds really good, because like to be able to, sync your emotions with like another, like how to say that, another person, it's totally difficult, because not everyone can do that. So
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
that's right. Yeah, so I have a question for you. So,
Okay.
yeah, nowadays, like, online friendship are also like popular. So, do you think that online friendship are as real as in-person ones?
Well, like normally and typically, I would totally say no, but that person that I just mentioned, the last friend that I made, so
Yes.
that person, I haven't even met that person in real life, and we kind of like hit it off so well. So I kind of like believe, your question now. So I would say probably, if
Mm-hmm.
the feelings, like if the how to say that, if the feelings and emotions and the friendship are reciprocated, I think yeah, it would be okay. But if
Yeah.
another person doesn't feel the same way as you do, then it's totally obvious that it won't probably work out. And I really think, to answer this question, it just depends on the person either, because not everyone thinks the same way, and not everyone has the same ideal type of friendship in their mind. So yeah, for me, in the past, I didn't really think that online friendship will be, how to say that, will be lasted longer. But now
Yes.
I kind of like, yeah, my mind kind of changed. So yeah, I would say I believe it now. What about you?
For me, like I have an experience about that. So
Oh,
it was in like COVID-19 period. So
okay.
school closed back then, so we have to like stay at home. So at the time, I
Yeah,
made some online friends.
yeah.
Actually I didn't know them, but one of my friends that I met in real life introduced me to her, and like we made friends together.
Mhm.
So it was fine in the beginning, but after a few months, I figured out that they were talking bad about me behind my back. So
Oh,
I was like, yeah, I was surprised back then, but uh I didn't mad at them, and I didn't tell anything to them. But
yeah,
yeah, I felt a little bit like I felt betrayed.
yeah.
Yeah, she was also like associated with one of my friends. that I met in
Yeah.
real life and they are talking bad about me. So I was like, what did I do wrong? Like
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
do
That's the
anything.
worst
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do anything, but why are they talking bad about me? I actually didn't do anything. Actually, that friend I met online, she is
Yeah.
like gregarious and also like she is a social butterfly, so she can get along with everyone. But
Uh-huh.
know, I don't really know why they talk bad about me. So I feel a
Yeah.
little bit that I'm totally fine.
Yeah, that's kind of low. I mean, no offense to them, but that's kind of low to how to say that, talk bad about, your friend behind their back. I would
Yeah,
not do that. I would never, do that because that's kind of like the feeling of betrayal is kind of the worst. It's the worst
yeah,
feeling in friendship. Yeah,
yes,
and I kind of like consider that to be a friendship red flag for me.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And
yes,
also,
that's true.
some people they just like ghost, other people. Like I think
Yes,
ghosting is very popular these days, not even in the romantic relationships, but also in the friendship
mm,
too. So, you
yeah,
kind of like text someone and they kind of like leave you on red. And suddenly you're left wondering like if you said something wrong or if they just don't want you in their lives anymore. So it gives
yeah,
you a feeling of confusion, a dilemma that you can never outgrow. So it's yeah, I would say it's really the worst thing.
yes, yes, that's true.
Yes, yes. But fortunately, I have never been ghosted by my friends. Like, I mean, at least the true friends. But some fair
Yes,
weather friends kind of like ghosted me in the past, and I'm fine with that. But like, in the past, like I was kind of like immature and a little bit like
mm-hmm.
how to say that? Maybe stubborn. So I kind of like felt like disappointed. Oh, I didn't know like, what I did wrong and they kind of like ghosted me. So I felt bad. And I think,
Yeah,
now that I think back about it, I think it's totally natural to feel like that, when you
yes,
are kind of like ghosted by yeah, someone.
yes. So
Right.
I also like throughout my life I met a lot of different type of friend.
Yeah.
When I was in government school, I met a friend. Actually, we have known each other for a long time, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Like how many
it's
years or
yeah, it was maybe like 3 years.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So at that time, it's a little bit funny story, but I'm going to say this. Um,
Mm-hmm.
she and I are friend, and also like there is a boy who like me, and she
Mm-hmm.
liked the boy.
Oh,
So
oh, okay, I see.
yeah, yeah. When I found out that she liked that boy, she didn't talk to me. I don't
Oh
know
my God.
why. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why, but she I like that, and she didn't like sit together with me, and she
Uh-huh.
like shift, and she talked to other friend, and she didn't talk to me anymore. Yeah, it's
Okay. So
yeah,
she's kind of like giving you a silent treatment, I think.
yes, yes,
I see, I see. So it was like a left triangle kind of thing.
yes,
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, actually, some people are like that, and I think maybe how to say that if they are, it is the way they view friendship. I think. Yeah. And when we were talking about online friendships, I kind of like had something pop up in my mind. Some people,
yes,
these days they argue like a lot about online friendships. For example, they are like less real than face-to-face ones, but are they really? I don't think so because like if you
yes,
can share your secrets, if you can share your things with someone
hmm,
who live like totally on the different side of the world, I think they might understand you more than your, how to say that, your like physical friends that you can see like in face to face every single day. So that comes to my question. Do you think like,
yes.
online friendships really count as the real friendships?
Yeah, according to my experience, I wouldn't say that yeah, online friend
Hmm.
will count. But
Hmm.
people are different. So when you find a true friend, is you're really lucky. But when you
Yeah,
find yeah fair with a friend, like I mentioned, it wouldn't be that great. So
yeah,
yeah, online friendship or in-person friendship, actually they don't matter.
yeah,
The
that's true.
thing that matter the most is how can they like treat you and how can they like make you happy. So yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of friend can consider true friendship. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And also, like I feel like it's really magical to say that online friendships are real because what do you mean? You can find like so much comfort like with someone who you have never seen in your life and who only exists behind the screen. So it's
Yes,
really magical for me. Yeah.
yes,
And also,
yes,
some people kind of like keep their friendships alive by, like how to say that, calling each other regularly or by, sending texts every single
mm,
day. Yeah, and
yes.
also maybe even like, by sharing some TikTok reels or sharing some, funny posts on the internet or sometimes even like, by hanging out if they live in the same place. So what about you? How do you keep your friendship alive normally?
Actually, I don't keep my friendship alive. To be honest,
Okay.
yeah. That's back then. I wasn't like that introverted. Back
Yeah.
then, yeah, I'm actually an ambivert, I have to say, because I tend to like pull the people to hang out with me. So I sometimes
Okay.
like yeah attach to them even though they don't want to. So I'm attached to them, and I always talk to them even
Hmm.
though they don't want to. So
Hmm.
but I tend to like keep the friendship alive back then, but now I don't do it anymore, I have to say,
Yeah,
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 I just let
yeah,
them go. Yeah.
yeah. I would say, I can totally understand your situation because for me, it's the same too. Like we're in the same boat because I can
Yeah.
totally, understand your viewpoint. I think, back, like 2 or 3 years ago, I think I used to care about, having like, some specific people in my life, but right now I don't even care anymore. I don't even want to, how to say that, care anymore because it's so draining, to even think about
Yes.
it. Yeah, it's
Yes.
it's it's draining and it's really hard. Like you're really, being hard on yourself to think like, oh, I really believe that people would stay or that people wouldn't leave me or something like that. Yeah. Because actually,
Yes.
if they wanted to, they would, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah. That's
yeah, yeah. And also, like for me, I don't really keep my friendships alive either because like I said, I don't really care and it may like sound like a little bit like selfish, but it's true. I don't really
yes.
care, who stays in my life. But some people, like they kind of like say that if you want to maintain your friendship for a longer period of time, you have to at least, like how to say that, send each other some messages or maybe even like call each other. But the problem for
Yes.
me is that I don't really prefer calling someone. I'm not like a,
Yes.
phone person. I think probably you will understand too because you are an introvert too, right? So I think most of the
Yeah.
introverts, they don't really like talking on phone. So me
Yes.
either. Yeah, me either. I don't really like talking on phone and I really refuse, even like when some of my friends, ask me to like, talk on phone, I kind of like, oh, I really feel bad to talk about this in public, but I kind of like gave some excuses, not to call me like I'm busy or I'm occupied, something like that. Yeah, because I don't really want to talk on phone like with someone for a
Yes.
long time. It kind of like drains me, not even like mentally, like
Yes.
physically either. It drains me to talk with
Yeah.
someone, yeah, for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, but there are like, some exceptions though. Like, if that someone is really close to me and if I really want to talk with the person, I can do call. Not, it's not for all people, but maybe for some people. Yeah, but
Yeah.
mostly I just prefer testing over calls because testing is the most comfortable and convenient way for me to communicate with people. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I can relate to that, and I also don't like calling to other people. Actually, I don't even remember their phone number, even though they give it to me. So yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
also don't.
Actually, yeah, yeah. I have to say, I can relate to you. So normally, I would
Yes.
say that I'm always strange, but for this topic, I can literally relate to you because I'm like that too.
Yes.
Yeah. And a little bit ironic though, because like, currently we are teachers, we have to teach with students, so like we have to talk a lot. But I think it's a totally different thing, because like the other people are just friends and these are our professional jobs, like we are teachers and those are our students. So I think it's really fine, I can like
Yes.
teach the whole day if I have to. It's not draining for me.
Oh.
But
Oh, really?
like I think so, but I haven't like taught like some. I haven't taught like the whole day, so I don't really know. But if I have to imagine, yeah, I think yeah, I probably can. I don't know.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, yes. Yeah, actually, I just want to say that like this is a totally different topic, students and friends, because like with
Yes.
our friends we used to like talk a lot like about every single random thing. So it's really
Yes.
training, yeah, to
Yes.
talk
That's
for a long time. Yeah.
yes.
So and also I have another question. Like, do you have someone in your friend cycle who kind of like who you haven't talked to, in a long time?
Yes. Actually, I had one friends that
Mm-hmm.
didn't connect with them anymore. But back then we used to be good friends.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we have a quarrel and we didn't talk anymore. So it's a heartbreaking moment. I don't know why we had a fight, but
Mm-hmm.
in my birthday, she texted me and wished me, and she said she's sorry for
Yeah.
having a quarrel with me. I at that time I feel really guilty because I didn't
Yeah.
talk to her, that she had to talk to me and she had to be sorry to me. So I was like,
Mm.
yeah, it's fine, but ever since then we don't talk to each other anymore.
Yeah. Well, sometimes, like even for the like, some stupid reasons, I think it's totally acceptable for people to be like that because, people change over time, they grow, and you also have to grow. Sometimes, in the same direction or sometimes maybe in the opposite direction. Like it's
Yes,
just like it's just life, we can't blame anyone for that. It's just life and life have to like, goes on, life have to go on like, with or without that. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
Okay. And also, I want to talk about childhood friends. For me, I don't really have any childhood friends right now in my life. Yeah, like, wait, if I have to think about it, I think, yeah, yeah, I don't really have any childhood friend, like literally no one. Because like, all my childhood friends are kind of like, I think they are not even in Myanmar anymore. They are kind of like living in another country.
Yes,
So, and I don't really know any of that. So, because like I was like a, total introvert in my childhood. I didn't really like communicate with a lot of people. And even
yes,
even in my school, I didn't really talk with a lot of people. And I only had like few handful of friends, in my school, even in my high school. It's really
yes,
ironic because like people might argue that high school would be the only how to say that great time to make a lot of friends because you're young and you kind of like make mistakes. You kind of like laugh
yes,
with each other in the class and yeah,
yes,
maybe if I have to think about it, yeah, it's true that that they are like saying high school is the really great time to make friends, but not for
yes,
me. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, what about you? Like, do you have any childhood friends that you kind of like know each other for maybe since you were very very young?
Yeah, actually, I had been friend with the one that I had a quarrel. So she and
Hmm.
I have been known since in kindergarten. So yeah,
Hmm.
we have known each other since I was young. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, however, like I said, we had a quarrel and didn't talk to each other anymore. But I do think that um it's better to make friend in your childhood because it's not
Yeah,
easy to make friend when you were in 20s or when you were in 30s. So yeah, as you get older, you will probably understand it because it's
yeah,
not like easier to find true friends
yeah,
actually.
that's
So
true.
yeah, when you as grow older, you will find a lot of people who are fair weather friend or who are people. There are also people who only stay with
Hmm.
you even when you're perfect. So they will probably leave you when you don't have anything. So you
Yeah,
can meet a
that's
lot of
true.
friends that is it's better to find true friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I can, yeah, totally understand that. And also, like people these days they have like big ego, in their mind. So they kind of like, don't want to talk with other people anymore if the other people is like kind of ghosting them. So something like that. I think it's all about ego in friendships. So
Yeah.
I just want to say that, like if we have to be like more open, especially with our close ones. For example, if we miss them, we just need to like, text them, hey, I hope you're okay, how are you doing, something like that. Because friendships survive on the smallest things, like for example, a message, a love with each other, or maybe even a promise to check in, with each other, like, are you doing fine? I haven't heard from you in a while, or something like that. I think even a smaller message can, help extend the
Yes,
friendship. Yeah,
yes, that's
yeah. And
yes,
also, if it's the long distance friendship, I think it might be a little bit hard to survive because, not only the place, but also the time zones are different. So, but I think, with the, how to say that, with the same feelings, I think you can totally survive. You can totally like, work out even on the long distance friendships, no matter like where you live in the world. Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so I think we shall conclude for today's episode about friendships. So,
Okay.
all right, I guess that's all for today. For me, like from me, that's all. But from you, do you have anything more to say?
Yes, actually, like you mentioned, is an ego that make friendship
Yeah,
apart. So yeah, if you want to connect with someone, you just do it, you know.
yeah,
You can have the person anymore. If you think that you can have the person anymore, you have to connect with them. So
that's true.
it's the best thing to keep in touch with them, even though you don't want to or not.
Hmm.
If you don't want to lose that person, just connect with them. Don't have any ego and just do it. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
easy to find true friends. So
yeah,
uh,
that's
yeah,
true.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
there's even like a quote, right? Like it's better late than never. So when we relate, sometimes like it may take a long time for us to send a message to our loved ones because of the ego or because of like whatever things. But it's
yes,
really better late than never because that's the only thing that can hold on to the friendships and that can like help you reconnect or reconcile with your friends.
yes,
Yeah. Okay, so I guess you all are like, feeling inspired to reach out, reconnect, or even make a new friend this week because of this episode. I'm really glad that, it's like the topic about friendship help you guys kind of like reconnect with your friends. And if you enjoyed this episode, I would kindly like to request you to, like react this video or maybe even, yeah, share it with a friend. So yeah, and also I would like to give you guys a friendship homework. So, to share this video with a friend. Okay. So anyway, I'll catch you in the next one, and I think we will probably do our another podcast episode in the coming weeks or maybe even next month. So, okay, I'm your host Mike.